Today we are in the beautiful Spreewald. This is a landscape south of Berlin that is very sparsely populated. Enough space to build a racetrack, and that's exactly what happened here. About 8 years ago, the Spreewald Ring was built here. And the best thing about this ring is, once a year an extremely interesting event takes place. The motorcycle race, built, not bought. And you can see the craziest constructions here. Whether it's old Harleys, pre-war machines, 70s racing motorcycles, coffee racers, everything's here, including self-made sidecars. It is really spectacular. It's fun to ride and watch, and that's what we want to show you in this video. The Spreewald Ring is known to be in East Germany. And in East Germany there is a very lively scene for AWO motorcycles, Simpson motorcycles, MZ motorcycles, and now I have a real expert for exactly these motorcycles right next to me, Jörg Steinfeld. Jörg, would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
My name is Jörg Steinfeld and I bought my first AWO in 1970. And I've been loyal to this ever since. It was a little different with my women though. And as I said, this motorcycle has been around for 6 years now. It is assembled from parts that we got hold of at parts markets. The engine was created in painstaking detailed work from remanufactured parts that have been also been modified. Today this motorcycle has around 30 HP and runs today measured with the GPS, 165 km/h.
I also found a Vespa dealer from Berlin here at the Build Not Bought. Micha, how come you as a Vespa driver are here in the race? What is the event like for you? What is so interesting about the Build Not Bought for you?
The interesting thing about the Build Not Bought is that it's an independent event, not a racing series. That everyone can ride here is the exciting thing about it. So that even as a rookie, as a beginner, you can just come here, get a taste of racing and determine if it's something for you or not.
I wonder a little. You're also a scooter driver, but to be honest, this doesn't look so scooter-like. Would you like to explain your motorcycles to us?
With pleasure. These are originally two Moto Guzzi Grisos, as you can see from the engines. And they have been converted into a racing frame by Guareschi Cars. That's a Guzzi dealer from Parma. Also belongs to the Piaggio group, so it fits. These frames are actually pure racetrack frames, but we built the first two vehicles that are street legal. We wanted to try them out here, and so we did.
Now I found something here at the event that makes me feel like a 14-year-old girl in the 90s, when Robbie Williams was in town. I'm a real groupie because these are sidecars with a Kunik engine. Kunik was a small engine manufacturer that mainly built racing boats here in Berlin. And these engines were very spectacular, but I have only half knowledge there. That's why we have the driver or the passenger here. Would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
Hello, I'm Irvin. I'm from Eckernförde. I'm 66 years old and really enjoy sitting in a sidecar.
Can you say a little something about the machines that are installed here?
Yes, these are 500 cubic two-stroke engines. It's a boxer, transverse, 4-cylinder. The transmission is operated by a primary drive and the power then goes to the rear wheel via a chain. The 500 cubic vehicle is around 80 HP. There's a replica from the Czech Republic, which then has 700 cubic and 100 HP. And that thing has power.
We'll show you briefly. Here you can see spark plug, two next to each other, i.e. boxer. And in the middle are the carburetors, and the inlet is controlled by a rotary valve. That's pretty awesome technology. Actually, the optimum for such a two-stroke. That's really nice, and especially the sound of this thing is amazing. Today, I'm really lucky with my interviewees, because I found someone from my old home here. He comes from Wolfenbüttel, or from a village around Wolfenbüttel, and that's exactly where I come from too. And it has a very nice sticker, namely Motorradente, motorcycle duck. That was a motorcycle shop in Wolfenbüttel that I even know from my childhood. So of course I had to look immediately who was driving a sidecar of Motorradente. Would you like to introduce yourself briefly and say something about it?
I'm Ralph and I'm from Krem, a little town not far from Wolfenbüttel. We used to drive MZ sidecars in the winter, and every time we had to buy oil or a spark plug, we were always at Ente's shop. And he always had trophies and crowns, and at some point we wanted to know what he was actually doing. He then told us a lot, and at some point we knew we have to do it ourselves.
Down here I can already see that this is an engine that I think is extremely awesome. It's from a GT 750 Water Buffalo, right?
That's right, it's a Suzuki Water Buffalo engine. We actually completed rebuild it, so every part is actually different. From the inside and partly also from the outside. The 500 cubic two cylinders from around the early 1970s. In 1973, something like that also competed in the 500S World Championship, and we get 70 HP out of it. And that was just not enough for us to keep up with the big BMWs. So we thought a cylinder more times 1.5 results in 105 HP. That's sufficient.
After a strenuous race weekend, first in the heat, then in the pouring rain, we found a little piece of Italy in the middle of the Spreewald. There's a very nice, small Italian restaurant here on this market square. We ate well there. And with the pictures here, with the panorama and the Sambuca, I say goodbye to you for now. If you liked the video, hit the bell. Ciao!
Amaretto, bitte. War alles gut, zufrieden?
Sehr lecker.
Schön.